My name's David Yates. I'm a strength coach with Pro Systems and I've been doing this for around about 12 years. The main thing that Brave focuses on in its training would be the squat, the bench and the deadlift. Each of them have, they're very unique lifts, but each of them has a very specific purpose in why we use them. To start with, the squat, it's placing a barbell on your shoulders and lowering yourself down and standing back up again, but it's really, really important for several things. It teaches the individual to utilize all of their body at one go in a very controlled fashion so that they can lift as much weight as they can, but as safely as possible as well. And it has a massive carryover effect to a lot of different aspects in life. So people don't realize it, but every single day they're squatting every day without fail. Every time you sit down onto a chair, every time you stand up, every time you go to the bathroom, get out of your car, you're doing a squat of some sort. So learning to squat and learning to control your body during the squat is a massively important thing for life. And if you're having difficulty even standing up off the floor, then learning how to squat is going to make that aspect of life better. So before we talked about, why is strength training for everybody? If you have difficulty standing up off the floor, if you all of a sudden make your squat stronger, then guess what? You're going to get up off that floor better, and that's going to improve your quality of life. The bench press is pretty much the best indicator we have for total upper body strength. It uses most of the muscles of the upper body in one go, and that gives us a really good impression as to where a person is at in terms of their upper body strength. I hear a lot of the time that people say, I don't have very strong arms or this or that and the other. But often people are very, very surprised by what they're able to push during a bench press. It's not really a common movement. You don't often push very heavy things away from you during life. Typically we're carrying things or we're pulling them towards ourselves. We're not usually pushing heavy things away. But once you learn how to do it, you're often surprised as to what you can achieve with a bench. And once we know what you're able to bench, we can work out what you should be able to do for other exercises. And that's why testing the bench press is really, really important. The deadlift is the final of the three lifts, and it's certainly the best indicator we have for total body strength. The reason being is, while it uses pretty much the same musculature as the squat, it's the least technically, I suppose, demanding of the three lifts. You can just bend over, hold onto something and stand up with it again. And that lack of inherent skill associated with it, plus the lack of the threat of being squashed by the barbell, tends to make for a more happier lifting environment. So people can just have a go at it, and people are often very, very surprised as to what they can pick up. Often I say to people when I'm talking to them, particularly women, I make a $1,000 bet with them, and I say, I'll bet $1,000 that we can go onto the gym floor right now and you can pick up your own body weight. And so far no one's taken me on. So I haven't won my $1,000 yet, but I haven't given anything away either. But the deadlift is again something that we do every single day. Every time you bend over to pick up your bag or pick up the washing basket off the floor, or reach through the car to pick something up, pick up your child, it doesn't matter what it is. If you bend over and pick something up, you're deadlifting. So getting, again, good at this skill is something that's going to have a massive carryover to life, but a huge carryover to professions as well, where people are required to move people or objects outside their center of mass. So if you think of something like a nurse, where they're having to manipulate a person on a gurney in a hospital all the time, if someone has a strong back and have good command of their musculature, particularly their bum, then they'll go a long way towards having a happier career because they won't hurt themselves as much.